YouTube, how the devil are you doing? It's Cool King checking in again. I hope that you are fine and dandy. So, we all love a good cup of coffee, and we all know that beans are the best way to get a good cup of coffee. Beans start to lose the freshness as soon as they come out of the roaster, pretty much, especially if they're exposed to air and sunlight. To get the best coffee you can, we need to store the beans correctly. So that is where this comes in. The Soulhand coffee canister. Without further ado, let's take a look at it. So this is the box it comes in, Soulhand electric vacuum coffee container. We've got 1.6 litre, 500 grams, 17 ounces or a pound. Got some instructions sort of thing on the back there. It's telling us we've got a clear glass body, stainless steel body. Didn't even know that existed when I backed this on Kickstarter. And of course, keep coffee fresher for longer. So let's open it up. Nice measuring spoon, we'll come back to that soon. You've got the actual coffee canister itself, cardboard box with a USB-C cable in there, and some instructions. Of course we don't need them. So this is the vacuum pump itself. On the top we do have a removable silicone seal there, so we can wash the container and the silicone seal. Obviously this top part is electric, so I'd only recommend to wipe it. Got a nice little groove on the side there where our little scoop will sit. We do have some branding there, Soulhand, and this is borosilicate glass, so it's easily cleanable. As I said, we've got a USB-C cable, which is plugging in there to charge this top part up, which is the vacuum pump itself. The vacuum pump can give us 30 kilopascals of vacuum, and the battery standby time for this is 4,000 hours. It is a 200 milliamp hour battery inside there. It takes 3 hours to charge, and it will give us 250 vacuum and pressurization cycles. We've got a kilo of coffee beans here, which are from Dart's Coffee and Underwood Milk. Pretty much my favourite coffee, and we're going to fill our container up. I'm sure I could probably put a bit more in there, but if I just show you without it being vacuum packed there, we've got a bit of a gap, and I did press it on. So if I double click this, that's now creating the vacuum. I'm sure you can hear the noise that generates. And then now I can lift that up by the lid. I wouldn't recommend to do that, but that's just to show you that it is now vacuumed. So that is going to be minimal amount of air that's in there if this has done its job correctly. To get our coffee out, we can double click it and you can see the release is now flashing, and there we go, the lid, it comes off. Put the lid back on, double click. So looking at my watch, that was approximately 10 to 15 seconds, somewhere in between there, to get all the air out. And that's of course with roughly 500 grams of coffee in there. The more coffee you use, the longer that time will probably take, because there's going to be more air inside there. So there we go, that was a quick look at the Soulhand electric coffee canister. It's a vacuum one, obviously, it's very nice, I do like it. Just a quick thing, I have the fellow canister which I do use. This stores significantly less amount of coffee, and it's a twisting action, which isn't an issue. It does release pressure over time. If the Soulhand one does, it'll recognise that and automatically it'll repressurise or re-vacuum itself. And I also have this Mia coffee canister as well, which is totally different because this has a plunger type thing that doesn't vacuum the air out, it just seals it. I use both of these regular. This one's good for coffee that I'm going to use within a few days really, because it's not as good as a vacuum. The fellow one is really good, but I have to keep making sure it's tight. So this Soulhand one should hopefully, fingers crossed, be a little bit better to help me with that. So I know you're all going to be wondering, the magic question is, how much did this cost? As I said, beginning briefly, this was a Kickstarter campaign. I've yet to use it. I've charged it up before I did this video, and obviously you've just seen this is the first bag of coffee that's gone inside it, so it's not a review, it's more of an unboxing and just an introduction to, shall we say. It was 428 Hong Kong dollars. which works out about 55 American dollars, which works out to be £41 sterling. That does include shipping. That was the super early bird Kickstarter campaign. They are now available on their website, and I have had Soulhand stuff before. I've got a gooseneck kettle, stovetop kettle, that's from Soulhand that I use regular. Good quality stuff, so I'm not expecting to have any issues with this at all. If you have any questions about the Soulhand coffee canister or anything that you've seen in this video, just put them down below. I should get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks for watching, take care, see you in the next one.